welcome to the next episode of Build Your Own X-Wing, where we're looking at issues 9 and 10 this time. And as I predicted in the last video, it is more wing parts that we are getting in these two issues. But before we look at these two issues, I just want to talk about the other thing that came through in my pack this time, and that is the second free gift of this binder. Now it is just a binder like we've seen with all the other part works before. It works in exactly the same way, but this one is pretty nice. It's got some nice artwork on it. I really like the red paint scheme and the red theme of the X-Wing in general. So it is a very nice folder. The only problem is I'm not going to be collecting the magazines. The only magazines I've collected from my build so far have been the Back to the Future magazines. And actually, while we're on that, if anyone is building the extension issues, issues 131 onwards of the DeLorean, and you don't want your magazines, please send them my way, because I will gladly take them off you. I'm not picking up the extension parts, but I really do like the Back to the Future magazine. So if you have them, please let me know, and I will get them off you. Going back to this folder though, I don't need it because I am not collecting the magazines for the X-Wing, so I'm giving it away. All you need to do is cover the cost of shipping, and this folder can be yours if you do want it. Leave a comment down below if you do want it, and it's yours. There we go. Getting the second free gift through has reminded me that I didn't actually talk about the first free gift, which was these fantastic prints in this folder that you see here. Again, this gorgeous red paint scheme of the X-Wing, and inside we get these wonderful 3 prints. So the first one we get is an interior of the X-Wing cockpit, which looks fantastic. Next one is it's just gorgeous, looking at the engines all lit up like this on the X-Wing. I really like that. And then the third one is a classic X-Wing photo in space, and they are quite large. If I just hold up a magazine, you can see they are larger than the magazine, so they are quite substantial in size, and they are gorgeous. So that was the first free gift. We've got the second free gift through today, and also we get more parts of the wing for this X-Wing. So starting by looking at the parts that come in issue 9, with the first wing piece we really got a sense of the size of the X-Wing. It gets even bigger with every single piece we get, because this piece is chunky, it is thick, it is very well sculpted, it's very nicely painted, and we get all sorts of different textures here. We get this ratcheting joint here for the wing actually moving. We get this really nice kind of brick pattern here, which is gorgeous as well. Nicely painted on the inside black for light bleeding, although I don't think any light comes out this side, but it's really nice to see that nicely painted black so that no light will bleed out from the light-up effects of this model. And then of course we get the strip there of the engine, lots of connections underneath, and we also get this piece here, which is really nicely painted, very dark weathering paint there. We also get this little piece here, and oops, it's already connected when I was trying it out earlier. We also get this piece here. Now this piece isn't plastic, this piece is metal, because it is one of the supporting pieces of holding all this engine and wing together. It's some nice framework ridge work there, that's why it's metal. And these are the pieces we get in issue 9. And it's very simple to start off with. As always in this X-Wing model, it's all very nice and simple. So you get this piece here, and we hold it this way around, and you can see there's 2 holes here, one slightly bigger than the other. That is for this little attention to detail part here, which is just a simple pipe. It's got a bigger peg and a little peg, so you push the big peg into the big hole, little peg into the little hole, just like that. Now that isn't as tight as other parts being pushed in have been, so you might need a dab of glue on the back, but yeah, that is what it looks like. It's really nicely molded. Look at that, it fits really nicely in that groove there. That is really cool. I do like that. The rest of the parts require being screwed in rather than pushed in, which is quite nice. And you will also need the wing part that we had back last time. So just to show you where all the pieces go, and then I'll screw them in. We need to hold this part this way with this grey strip, and we get the bracket part of the part we just attached, and the curvature bit with the little semicircle there that goes around the engine like that, so it'll look like that when it's all done, and that will screw. There's a peg in that hole, but that will screw into that hole there. After we've screwed that in, we then need to get to the wing part and put it this way so you can see the framework, and then we place it over the top there, and there's various different screw holes to attach it into place, namely there, and I think another one there as well, which is pretty cool. And then when that's all attached, we get this metal frameworking piece, and we'll just push that in there, and we'll screw it into these two holes there, and slightly smaller screws for these two screws here to hold this big old wing in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all that now. And when it's all done, it will look like this. Now make sure you do not put a screw into this hole here on this supporting bracket, because it will be secured later along with these other ones as well. So leave that one free, just screws into these two holes here and these two holes here. And if I just zoom out, well, as far as I can go zooming out, that is how the wing looks now. Really chunky, bulky bit. I love it. I love it. Really, really nice. And you can feel the metal support there and there. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Very, very happy with how that came out. So put that aside for now. I'm sure we'll come back to it in a later video. And if you are enjoying this video, please don't hesitate to give it a like. Hitting that like button will really help me out and really help out the channel as well. So thank you very much for doing that. So continuing with the wing, we look at the parts we get in issue 10. We're starting with this part here. Again, gorgeously painted. I love this blaster mark here and here. The same grey paint as we saw on the other side of the engine. And I really like this textured piece as well, and all the moulding and everything like that, looking gorgeous. Once again, painted black because of light seepage. Very, very happy that they are doing that. And it also comes with these pieces here. Once again, I've got a piece attached. We'll come on to that in a sec. It's painted black because of light seepage. And we have all these parts here that will go into this cone of this engine. So as it was already in, we get this part here, which is some kind of housing unit. We get two pegs, one there and another one there. They will go into this hole here and this hole here. Now what is important is making sure you get this the right way round. There's a little notch here on this lip part that needs to face inwards, going into the engine. So that is the way you need to push it in. So you just line up the pegs and push it in like that. Mine aren't lined up very well. There we go. You hear that clicking when they go in. There we go. Look at that. Yep, that is nice and secure. Nicely in. And it gives that effect of this turbine forming, which is nice. I really like this sloped part here. Yeah, it looks really, really good. That. Put that aside just for a second, and we'll look at these parts here, which make up the interior of the engine turbine, or gyro cone. I've just looked at the instructions, and it's called a gyro cone. Whatever that is, that's made up. So the first thing we need to do is get this piece here and hold it this way around. It doesn't really matter which way around it is, but on the instruction it has these two circle molding parts facing this way, so that's the way I'm going to do it. You get this first part of the gyro cone with the two pegs, and you just pop them into these pegs here like so. Oh, that's a tight fit. Oh, click one and click the other. There we go. Now just look at the moulding on these pipes here and this circular part. It looks fantastic. It's not fully in yet. There we go. It just looks exquisite. I really like this centre part here. Very, very nice indeed. And then the pegs pop through on the other side. So of course you attach the other side of the cone onto those pegs. Peg one and peg two. And there from this side you see the gyro cone with the blade going through it, just like that. And again, this is sculpted really, really nicely. So yeah, liking this a lot. We then need to attach it onto this circle part here. Not the big holes, ignore them, it's the little holes that we're looking at. And you see there's two holes there like that. You want to have it that way so it is overhanging. You don't want to have it that way, because that's wrong. You want it so it's overhanging, so you just, and actually it helps because I think they're different sizes. Yeah, that one is smaller than that peg, so that guides you into which way it should be. Again, very nice, tight pegs and holes here. Okay, there we go. And that is on. So it'll look like that. I've got some slight gappage there. Let me know if you've got gappage on yours as well, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, slight gappage. I'm sure it won't matter when it's all in, but just the moment we have. And then the final thing we need to do is get this piece here, and holding it with the moulding holes facing this way, we get the cone here and this little hole here, and we just push it, the longer peg, into that part there like that. There we go, so it clicks into place there. And that is, oh actually no, that's fairly sturdy. Yeah, okay, that's not loose at all. So that part goes in there like that. And then that is that gyro cone part done for now. Just to give you an idea of what it will look like when it's all in. It will look something like that on the engine. I'm sure it's the other way around actually, it's probably here. I don't really know. Time will tell in a future video. But that is it for this video, because that is all the parts done. Yeah, we really got a good chunk started already, and we're only on issue 10. I say we're only at issue 10, but we're a 10th of the way through this model, and we've already got all this plus the cockpit, which I won't get out now. So yeah, I'm loving building this. It's really simple, really fun, enjoyable build. Some of the other builds have been frustrating in the past, but this one isn't. It's just really fun, really enjoyable. I hope that you find these videos fun and enjoyable too. If you do, let me know down below what you think of the videos and what you think of this model and how it compares to other ones you've done in the past. It'd be great to hear from you. I will see you in 3 weeks' time then for the next lot of X-Wing building. Until then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.